Hey, Rainbow here, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing fine out there. Anyway, today's subject, gas mileage on the Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak from Ducati. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I have a love-hate relationship with gas mileage. I don't know why, but on every bike I have, I record every ounce that goes in and every tenth of a mile that I put on the bike. I put it into a spreadsheet, and right now I'm using Google Sheets. I've been using Google Sheets because I can do it on the road and have access to it all the time, and that's just what I do. But here's really my opinion. When it comes time for the Ducati Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak in gas mileage, who cares? Honestly, who cares? You're purchasing a bike that has 170 horsepower, that is really designed to have a lot of fun, to go to the track, which I've taken it to the track. I'm going to be taking it back to the track again. And it's a blast. The bike is a blast. You ride it the way it was designed, and it just doesn't matter. Now, your right wrist can always controls how much gas mileage you get, and it's no different in this bike. So I'm going to follow along and look at the numbers here, and I'm going to show you my spreadsheet and kind of see where I'm at, because I'm sure a lot of you do really care. If gas mileage is really important to you, you're buying the wrong bike. You're just simply buying the wrong bike. Don't buy this bike if you're concerned about how much fuel you're going to be using. It's the wrong bike. This bike is for fun. I mean, no one buys the Panigale V4 and says, oh, I think I'm going to be concerned about my gas mileage, okay? No one buys a Gixxer and worries about gas mileage. No one worries about the gas mileage of an R1 because you want an R1 for a specific reason. And that's exactly what this Pikes Peak is for. It's for having fun, just getting out there and just ripping and having a good time. But many of you, for some reason, care, maybe because you want to have a reason to not like the bike. There's plenty of you out there. Don't tell me you're not. You care and you want to know what the gas mileage is. Well, it's surprisingly better, but here's something I'm going to tell you about the bike. Once I got close to 10,000 miles, the bike seemed to get better. Once this bike breaks in, the mileage does start to get better on this bike. Your gas mileage will definitely improve. I do have the full exhaust. Let me explain that. I forgot how many miles I had on the bike. I put a couple thousand before I put the full exhaust on. I didn't initially notice any kind of a difference. I don't know if the full exhaust makes a difference now. I have no idea. So I do have the full exhaust, for full disclosure on that, and a little over 11,000 miles. So let's get started. Let's look at these numbers for those that care. Let's do it. Okay, so here we are. A total of, I don't know, what was it? 77 fill ups of my tank. 11,061 miles. The last time I put 4.219, I put 160 miles on it and got 37.92 miles to the gallon. But we want to know what it's been like the whole time. Well, I'm going to tell you what. The entire time I've averaged in the 30s. In the beginning it was definitely low, but as the bike gets more miles on it, it seems to improve in gas mileage as the engine gets kind of worn in. So here is the bottom line. Let's go over to the meat and potatoes of this. Okay, let's just get to it right off the bat. Average miles per gallon, 32.41. If I get rid of the low of 23.89 and the high of 47.52, I averaged 32.44. Not a big difference. Let's just call it, we won't call it 32 and a half. Let's just call this 32 miles to the gallon. Okay, this tank on the Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak takes 5.8. If I look at what my average is and I say, hey, I'm gonna leave 1 gallon left every time I pull in, I'm gonna get on average about 156 miles. If I want to pull into the gas station with a half a tank, with a half a gallon left, I would get 172. And if I want to take it right to the empty at 32.41, I'm gonna end up with 188 miles before I run out of gas. But the reality of it is this. Let me go down here. When I take a trip and I go on the road and I'm on the highway, I'm getting 38, 35, 34, 36. The wind definitely makes a difference. Here's a 38, a 37, a 30. Now, if you want to go back and look, this lowest at 23.89, why would I get that? Because I took it to the track. That was taking the bike on the track, balls out, pin it, let's go, down at Homestead. 23.89, a lot of revving, a lot of high, a lot of high speed stuff. Highest miles per gallon, this is almost BS, but it happened, 47.52. And the reason why I got that kind of gas mileage was simply because it was an old country road. I was going for a long time. I had the wind at my back. I was nice and relaxed. You could really push this bike, but this is optimal conditions. The reality is if you drive aggressive like me and you do take some highway trips, you're gonna get about 32 on average. Again, that is on average, but when you do take trips, you're gonna expect to get in the 35, 38 range on a regular basis when you take the trips. Anyway, that's it. The bottom line is, it shouldn't matter on this kind of bike, but 32 miles to the gallon, there we go. Well, there you have it. Okay, those are the numbers. I think they're pretty reasonable, but again, like I said, when it comes to this bike, I really don't care. I've taken a full trip across the country and back. I don't care. I'm getting off the bike as often as I want to anyway, because I want to break, I want to take a pee break, I want to relax, I want to get something to eat, I want to stretch my legs. I don't need 300 miles on a tank. If you do, good for you. You know the kind of bike you need to buy for that. Anyway, this is Rainbow. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.